Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am back with another video. Bill Maher is in hot water, okay? Now, on his recent show last night, I really don't watch this show. I know it premieres on HBO. He had an interview with a senator, and the senator talked about his book. Now, the interview was going fine until they got into the point where the senator was basically asking Bill, he would love to have him work in the fields, okay? Now, Bill Maher took that moment to basically throw in a joke that he thought it was funny, but it was not very funny to a lot of us. And he replied, "Fields, I'm a house N-word," okay? Now, before I give you guys my opinion, I have to state this for the record. Me personally, I hear a lot of people say that, well, how come it's okay for comedians to use the N-word and rappers to use the N-word, and sometimes athletes, when they are practicing, they listen to songs that's laced with the N-word? How come when a comedian such as Bill Maher, who happens to be Caucasian, when he uses the N-word, now all of a sudden it's a bad word, it's a bad name, he shouldn't be speaking on it? If it's okay for those individuals, how come it's not okay for him? Now, I can't speak for everyone else. I can only speak for myself. Me personally, I do not tolerate the use of that word. I don't condone that word. And to me, I really don't care if you're African American, if you're white, if you're Native Indian, if you're foreign. It really doesn't matter to me what your skin color is, what your what your racial ethnic background is, or no matter if you in a different demographic such as I am, if you're rich or poor, whatever the case, I do not tolerate that word. Friends who are close to me, they know I don't get down that way. I really don't appreciate anyone, young, old, kid, whatever. I do not tolerate the N-word, okay? I don't use it. I do not practice it. So I don't expect no one to use it on me. In other words, respect me like I respect you, okay? Now, back to this, what he said on his recent show. To me, this is very typical to a lot of comedians out there that's trying to get a spin, trying to get a buzz when they are not irrelevant. When you're talking about social media topics or social issues, he is very highly intelligent. He really goes in deep into the political game. The things that I have read and the articles I have read about him, he has a different view about politics, about Republicans, about Democrats, and also about independents, okay? That's sort of his stick now, okay? I remember back in the SNL days, he would do stuff like this. Now he's branching out, doing his own thing, and I think he feels more comfortable in the political field than talking about things that are going on when you're talking about what's going on in the social side of things, the social media side of things. And I really think that he's very limited on the aspect of African Americans, particularly African Americans in their community, okay? So I think he's very limited to that, and I think the encounters he does have with African Americans, they're mostly celebrities, okay? He's good friends with Chris Rock, and maybe Chris Rock says that word to him, and he's thinking, well, if Chris Rock can say it to me and he can say it to all my other friends and they happen to be white, then I don't see this word being a huge issue or a huge problem. But Bill, when you start thinking that way, when you start thinking that all of us is your friend, that's when the problem occurs. Now, HBO is getting a lot of hot water, and a lot of subscribers who are subscribed to HBO are threatening to boycott HBO. Now, I don't think it's going to get real serious on that aspect until they start losing their advertisers, until advertisers start pulling away. And a lot of these advertisers are going to not touch this with a 10-foot pole and simply pull away from it because this is a very hot button topic. Bill, you really have bad timing. After the recent news that went down with LeBron James and his family, someone vandalized his LA home, spray painted the N-word, and now you have people on both sides of the fence talking about that story. That's a hot button issue, and for you to simply step your foot in the mousetrap, you're only adding more fuel to the fire. And HBO is going to have to do one of two things. They're either going to suspend you or they're going to fire you. It's one thing or the other. Now, he did later on apologize. I think that's good on a PR level for him, okay? But as far as does he still have his show? His show is still highly successful, highly rated, and highly awarded. He gets tons of awards every year about his television show. So with a show like that, and with him having so much clout, I think, to me, this is just my opinion, I think this is going to be it's going to be hard for him to lose his position at HBO or lose his show. I do feel and I do think that HBO should just suspend him immediately, okay? And he pays some type of fine. He already apologized for what he have said, and I think that's good enough to save his job on HBO and to save his credibility. Kathy Griffin has been in a lot of hot water with the beheading of Trump. That wasn't a good look, okay? I understand, Kathy Griffin, that a lot of presidents, a lot of president candidates, when they become president, a lot of comedians, poke fun at them, this, that, and the third. I think that was not borderline offensive. That was pretty much over the line, okay? Now, as far as Kathy Griffin receiving death threats, I'm not down with that, okay? But I do understand a lot of people that are boycotting her, and now she's having a hard time booking shows, and a lot of sponsors have just pulled away from Kathy Griffin, okay? Now, I kind of remember this on TMZ about Kathy Griffin. Bill Maher, I know this is what we're supposed to be talking about, but I remember when TMZ, they had two polarizing stories, one about an African-American man and then Kathy Griffin. And on one end of the spectrum, when you're talking about Tiger Woods, the majority of the comments, the host sort of co-signed to the majority of the comments that Tiger Woods, the rise and fall of Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods should do this, Tiger Woods should do that, Tiger Woods should seek help, this, that, and the third. But when Kathy Griffin's story came up, the host and the stories that they selectively picked from that particular topic, well, it was just all fun. It's all good. Kathy Griffin really didn't mean nothing behind it. I think a lot of people are taking too much from this. It was just a joke. That was the atmosphere from the two hosts from TMZ. So that should tell you guys, and that should warn you that racism still does exist. Now, I'm not saying the hosts at TMZ are racist, but what I am saying is when black people, when African Americans do something, they go over and beyond how they feel about it and try to sort of put them down somewhat, okay? Instead of saying, yo, maybe these people need help. But when a Caucasian or like Kathy Griffin does something extremely distasteful, okay, no doubt about it, it seems like they get the reputation of, well, she was just playing. This was just all good humor. It was just a laugh. It was just a joke. Ha ha. Let's just move on. She's already suffered enough. It seems like they they really grieve for individuals like that versus African Americans such as Tiger Woods. One can also assume that the love-hate aspect between Tiger Woods and Kathy Griffin, the majority of the population seem to hate Tiger Woods, and the majority of the population may love Kathy Griffin. Okay, that might be true as well. But when you're talking about Bill Murray and this situation, so far he has apologized for this. When you watch the video, even though he did the joke, he sort of paused for a second, and I'm assuming he's thinking like, oh my God, this is a bad look. I shouldn't have said that. And he probably realized that, all this other recent stuff going down with LeBron James and his house being vandalized, using the N-word, I think this was not a good time to say this joke. Okay, comedians, when they get a punch, when they get a line to use a joke, sometimes they don't think about it. They just go ahead and express the joke. When someone says something and they're not trying to be funny, okay? Like in the fields, when the senator was saying in the fields, he wasn't trying to be funny. He wasn't trying to say African Americans are always in the field. It was just something that he blurted out. He didn't have any, he wasn't really trying to be negative with that particular subject. But I think Bill Murray took it and run with it. But then again, he already apologized. HBO, you're going to have to really do something. I know, I think it's to me, I think the best thing to do is just suspend him and he pays a fine. He apologized. Hopefully the social media would respect that. Society would respect that. And it is what it is. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification gang in the building. Hit that notification icon, that notification bell, so it will inform you and it will let you know when my next video, and coming soon, my next live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am you.